Let's look at an interesting but deeply problematic story in the Bible where God makes a covenant with a man named Noah, presenting it as a serious agreement. According to the story in Genesis chapter 6, God destroys almost all life on earth with a flood because he found all humans to be evil. Right there, the contradiction begins. The Bible portrays this God as the all knowing creator of mankind, but it also says that he made a mistake by creating humans and he regretted that he did so. Let me read the exact words in Genesis 6. The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out man whom I have created from the face of the land, man and animals and creeping things and birds of the heavens, for I am sorry that I have made them. What does this mean? He created humans without knowing that they would turn out to be evil. So he regrets his own decision and decides to destroy them all. But he chooses a certain man named Noah and saves him along with his family from the destruction. When the flood destroyed everything on earth, God preserved Noah's family without any harm. What is his purpose in doing that? He wants to start fresh with that family. After destroying almost all humans and animals on earth, he makes a covenant with Noah that he will never again destroy the earth with a flood. The absurdity of this covenant is the focus of this video. A covenant, by definition, is an agreement. In this case, God is making an agreement, a commitment, that he will not repeat what he has already done. He is promising Noah that he will never again destroy the whole earth by a flood. Just think about this. Who asked him to make this covenant in the first place? God is acting as if there is someone equally powerful and authoritative to whom he has to give an account. This is difficult to understand. If he is all powerful and sovereign, why does he need to make an agreement with mere humans? He just destroyed the entire human population except this Noah's family without any consultation or accountability. He did not feel obligated to explain to anyone why he failed to foresee that humans would become wicked when he created them. But now he presents himself as if he is acting responsibly. Now, even after destroying almost the entire human race and starting again with Noah's family, did everything change? No. Humans are again described as behaving wrongly. Not only that, even within the chosen family, the Noah's family, problems appear. Right after the flood, Noah drinks too much wine and lies naked. One of his sons sees him, and when Noah wakes up, he curses that son's descendants. So even the new beginning does not resolve the underlying issue. This makes the covenant itself appear even more problematic. When God promises Noah that he will never again destroy the earth with a flood, he also sets the rainbow in the sky as a sign of this promise. The text even says that when God sees the rainbow, he will remember his own promise. The covenant is presented as a promise, but no one asked for it. There is no negotiation. It is a one-sided decision. Why is such a promise needed at all? An all-knowing, perfect being should not need to correct his own actions or place limits on himself. Yet here, a restriction is introduced. The rainbow is described as a sign, something God will see and remember. But why would an all-knowing being need a visible reminder? This reflects human thinking, not divine perfection. Now the problem of power imbalance. A covenant normally involves two parties with some level of equality. But in this story, there is a complete imbalance. Humans did not ask to be created, did not ask for the flood, did not ask for the covenant, and they have no power to accept, reject, or enforce anything. God decides everything. So this is not an agreement between two sides. It is a declaration from one side imposed on the other. And the moral continuity problem. The flood is presented as a response to human corruption. But after the flood, human behavior does not fundamentally change. The same problem continues. So the question is, what did the destruction actually achieve? If the problem remains unchanged, then the solution did not work. And if the solution did not work, then the destruction is a meaningless act. So God created humans without knowing they would turn out to be evil, and He destroyed everyone without actually solving the problem. Now let's see the bigger picture. God creates humans, they misbehave, God destroys almost everything, the problem continues. God promises not to repeat the same action. This sequence closely resembles human patterns of thinking. We make decisions, we observe consequences, and we adjust our actions. That is exactly what this story looks like. When we put all of this together, the conclusion becomes difficult to avoid. God's behavior described in this story is not consistent with an all-knowing, perfect, unchanging being. It reflects human reasoning, making decisions, facing consequences, and then trying to correct them. That is how humans think, not how a perfect being would act. This story about God's covenant with Noah is one among many accounts in the Bible that clearly reflect human construction rather than divine revelation.